everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. This is our Beast Tamer Bard build, episode 189. And we're in Alushanira, and hanging out. We're in the Bad Luck Tavern. We're gonna go talk to some tavern owners, I'm assuming. A wrinkled demon with broken fangs and a missing eye stands before you. The eye socket is occupied by a large, squirming, multi-legged insect, yet it seems not to cause the demon any discomfort. He greets you with venom in his tone. Welcome to the Bad Luck. I'm Burgaz, the innkeeper. Our establishment upholds a high standard of service, in that it's better to eat and drink here instead of a ditch. Sleep here at your own risk, drown the rest of your life in cheap swill, or purchase goods of the highest quality and dubious origin. Alright then. Upon giving your entourage an appraising look, the demon adds in a silken voice, "We accept payment in gold and slaves." This place is gonna annoy me. What about dragon bites? Do you accept those? I'll show you payment, you big meanie. You were cute when you were small, Ivu, but you're getting big now, so I don't know that you can maintain this status quo here. Dirty floor, terrible booze, a clientele of scoundrels, each one more dreadful than the last, and an innkeeper who's a crook and probably a creep. The perfect venue to celebrate our arrival in this God's forsaken place. Who wants to keep me company and maybe even entertain the other patrons with a few Crusader songs? I doubt they've heard them before. No, no. Where can I find Nocticula? The demon goggles, then bursts into deafening laughter. Tiny bugs fly out of his maw, wiping away bloody tears and giggling. He grabs a particularly nimble insect and tosses it back down his gullet. You can find her up in the palace, mortal. The thing is, she won't see just anyone. The last person who had the nerve to show up uninvited now lives in the catacombs, and everyone calls him Scrap. Care to guess why? I don't know who you think you are, but you will not be allowed on her doorstep unless she invites you herself. And to receive an invitation from Nocticula, you've got to be an influential and renowned figure in Alushanira. Or you could do something to piss her off. Sometimes those two things are one and the same. I bet I could just be like, yo, I'm here, and she would be like, send him this way, right? How do I earn an invitation from Nocticula? The demon shrugs. Your chances are slim, but you look cocky. You could try the gladiator fights in Battle Bliss. Everyone loves a good butcher. The dirtier and bloodier you fight, the more respect you'll earn. Only fools fight fair. But you must prove you know the ways of the fighter's craft. The crowd will love you if you torment the loser before finishing them off. Make them shriek. Well, we're probably not doing that one. Squeal and beg for death. And then you can count on having the fight of your life. You will face a Nahindrian League champion. Your death will be a symphony of suffering the audience will forever remember. Most can only dream of such a fate. Well, you know. You can cozy up to someone in the upper city. The more influential your patron, the more respect you will be shown. Just remember that in Alushanira, only the most skilled predators make it to the top. Like Lady Velexia. More often than not, their offer of friendship is an introduction to their intrigues, and they will get into your head, twist your thoughts, make you hate yourself, and make you destroy everything you ever loved with your own hands. That's their idea of fun. Are you speaking from experience there, Burgaz? If you know how to, shall we say, solve problems, you could try to get under Shamira's wing. She presides over the harem of ardent dreams in the middle city and rules Alushanira. Lady Nocticula does not stoop to such trifles herself. Commanding this city is dirty, bloody work, and Shamira is always in need of capable assistance, especially since she changes them as soon as they start to reek of her dark deeds. Walk through the slums. Everyone you'll see there tried to climb higher but fell into a trap. There are plenty of warnings in their incoherent ramblings. Sure, tell me the latest rumors. The demon pours a shot of liquor that smells of blood and bitter ash. No problem. Have a drink and we'll talk. 500 gold. Sure. Deal. The demon observes your face with obvious interest. The liquor stings and fills your mouth with the foul taste of salt and rotten fish. Pleasant. What do you want to know? Tell me about Lucianira. In short, there's no order in the city. There never has been and never will be. There are no laws here, as we demons spit on laws. The only law here is might makes right. Well, okay, you're contradicting yourself there. Take everything you can and give away anything you can't protect. Obey those stronger than you and maybe they'll devour someone else. Everyone does what Nocticula says. She split Lucianira into 3 quarters. The lower city, the middle city, and the upper city. The elites live comfortable lives above, the fools and losers rot below, and everyone else sits in the middle and dreams of climbing up, though they mostly fall. Each quarter is walled so that no one goes anywhere they shouldn't. Guards watch the gates. I understand that it's quarter in a different sense, but I do somewhat find it amusing that the city was split into 3 quarters. It must be distilled from lutefisk. You know what? I would try some lutefisk. I'd try it. Or fuck, what is it? The really smelly, horrendously gag reflex one. I can never remember the name of it because it's got some weird long name. Is that the same as lutefisk? I don't think it is. Although, in truth, the guards are just a bunch of the most vicious and violent demons who carry out Nocticula's commands. If someone cuts you down in front of them, they won't interfere unless she orders them to. Then again, if you decide to bash someone's head in, they won't concern themselves with it. The only reason they might chase you away is if they want to loot the corpse themselves. The important thing is, don't kill anyone in front of a crowd, and don't bother guests from other planes. Nocticula has her reasons. She's trying to turn Lucianira into the interplanar bazaar of the abyss. As you walk around Lucianira, keep track of the time. Not in some tiresome don't waste your time sense. Watch the time as if you were in a jungle and a predator was lurking in the brush. It might pounce on you and freeze you in place, stealing days, months, even years. You wouldn't notice any changes, and everyone around you would grow old and forget about you. In the abyss, time is a fickle and unruly thing. Tell me about this quarter. The demon points to a bottle of liquor. Imagine Lucianira is this bottle. The lower city is the bottom. The explanation is quite apt, as the bottom of the bottle is coated with foul-looking scum, and a dead insect with two fanged mouths is stuck to it. Holy fuck. A cesspit. If someone or something needs to be eliminated, they send it to the lower city. They say the arena is the heart of the quarter, but that's nonsense. This whole quarter is one massive arena. Everyone here is a murderer, a thief, and a scumbag. The bloodshed never ceases, and the denizens of Lucianira watch it with delight and wager on who will emerge from this lake of blood. You may think of the slums as a useless appendage, but they are the main source of entertainment for the city. Tell me about the other quarters of the city. The middle city is all about trade. The 10,000 Delights offers sex. The flesh markets deal in slaves and weapons. The mercenaries and assassins sell the deaths of enemies. The most successful business person of all is Shamira at the harem of ardent dreams. Her merchandise is Nocticula's favor, and the favor of the powers that be. The upper city is for those who already have everything and have no use for trade. Imagine, if you were, a creature of divine power that could live in complete comfort, free of almost all limits. That's the kind who live in the upper city. You'd be wise to stay away from them. In the lower city, they'll just kill you and defile your corpse. In the upper city, they'll pull your soul out through your nostrils with a red-hot needle, cook it into a stew, then force you to eat it and wash it down with a cocktail made from your eyes and marrow. That's fucking elaborate. Are there many folks from Golarion here? Quite a few, but most of them wear special accessories. The demon draws an imaginary circle around his neck. They're slaves is what I mean. Or meat sometimes. We do get some free ones from time to time. Scum, as a rule, the only type who can survive amongst demons. You humans can survive anywhere, even in the cauldron of madness that is Elutionira. It's like cockroaches, eh? Yeah, that's fair. Everything is clear. One last thing, mortal. You must have noticed that Elutionira was not built for your kind. It would be easy for you to get lost in our streets and die an inglorious death if you don't know how to fly or teleport. But why should I want you to die while you're still drinking? Take this. If you lose your way, take it to any arch and it will transport you here. Nocticula's idea, to aid guests from other planes such as yourself. A gold coin from the Bad Luck Tavern. Awesome! Okay, so the gold coin from the Bad Luck Tavern allows us to come to the Bad Luck Tavern. I see. Show me your wares. The demon kicks open a large chest filled to the rim with all sorts of things. There are weapons and bloody clothing. It seems these items once belonged to visitors from many different worlds. Here you are. Have your gold ready. I don't offer credit. The demon's voice drops to a whisper. By the way, I have something unique I can offer only to you. A Nahindrian crystal. It holds incredible power. What's a Nahindrian crystal? You mean you haven't heard of them? But everyone in Elutionira talks about them non-stop. Well, listen. This lot of demons appeared, and they were so strong you couldn't help but wonder how they acquired such power. And the strange thing is those same demons used to be common riffraff, but then they became... well, I don't know what they are, but whatever it is, it's strong. Rumor has it these supposed Nahindrian crystals are the source of their power. No one knows what they are or how to get them, but everyone wants one. The word has grown, they're quite popular. These days, everything is Nahindrian this and Nahindrian that, no matter where you look. It's all hogwash and lies, of course. But my crystal is the real deal. Don't ask how I acquired it, that's my secret. But I could sell it to you. A far-fetched! Ultra Ball! I want a far-fetched. Yeah, I'm interested. Bulk selling, please and thank you. At 2,000 pounds, holy shit. We had 126 masterwork. Boy! Boy! I don't know who you think you is jumping on my computer. Baboyo. Baboy Bean. Yeah, that's right, I poked you. I ain't petting you, I poked you. Baboy Bean. Yeah, I don't know. Magical Acorn, Mandragora, Mandragora! Demon Slayer Soup. Definitely gonna buy that. Nahindrian Crystal. This amulet grants its wearer a +1 competence bonus on knowledge world skill checks. Really? That's it? Wow. So good. Yo, I caught it. Easy to peasy. A Hindrian crystal. Yeah, we're not gonna buy that. So I heard that they might be doing transmog system, right, in the enhanced edition of the game, which is coming out in like a week or so. And because of that, I'm actually really excited that we didn't get rid of a lot of the named items, because a lot of the named items have unique models, right? Or semi-unique models, not completely all the time. But I just thought that was really cool. Like, you know, Rupturing Storm, I think that is not a model that I think others have. So that's, you know, just kind of neat. That being said, I should totally put all of the random shit that I'm not using into my chest, so that I don't have to. So that's faster for me to sell shit, basically. Cause like I'm down with keeping it, but especially now that there might be a use in the fact that I could, you know, transmog stuff potentially, but it's definitely not. It's not worth my time to sit here and fucking go through things. A pain in the butt. Nice. Is that not? Oh, it's a +3 chainmail. We definitely don't care about a +1. Actually, I don't think anyone's doing, Check Social, I think, is the only person that's doing medium armor, but he already has the chainmail of camaraderie, so I think we're good. That's not. Yeah, this is just chain shirt. What? Why did that not get sold? Strange. Yeah, seriously, I don't know why it's not bulk selling that stuff. Whatever. I am somewhat curious about picking up this Nahindrian crystal. An obvious fake made for gullible fools. Nice. Okay, well then we won't buy it. Let's talk to Milara here. Greeting you with a nod is a middle-aged sorceress with short dark hair, a skinny face, and prominent cheekbones that brings to mind images of predatory birds. Despite the dark circles under her eyes and her overall worn-out look, her voice sounds friendly and welcoming. Hey, you're not a local, are you? Have you come from Golarion? That makes us fellow countrymen, since I hail from Absalom. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Magister Milara, a certified specialist in resolving magic-related issues, and the captain of an airship called Starcatcher III. What's a sorceress from Absalom doing in this rat hole in the middle of the abyss? For a couple of seconds, the woman's gaze grows distant, and a bitter expression appears on her face before quickly fading. I suppose you could say that I'm trying to cheat my own fate. In the current stage of my life, the abyss seems like the best port to call home for me. There aren't a lot of experienced and, at the same time, trustworthy captains around here, so I never sit idle. You seem honest. How do you manage to survive in this place? Frowning a little, Milara crosses her arms in a resolute gesture. I see what you're getting at. You're asking how a captain who doesn't grab everything that isn't bolted down, a captain who doesn't steal cargo and doesn't throw passengers overboard, how can they survive surrounded by a gang of bloody pirates? My answer is simple. My principles protect me. I've strictly followed the unwritten aeronaut code. I never ignore those in distress, I never attack other vessels, and I honor the integrity of the cargo that I'm entrusted with. Maybe I look like an idiot to the other captains, but I don't care. My doggedness earns their respect, even if it also provokes their ire. Besides, they know that I'm stubborn, and I'll defend myself to the very end. I suppose that's the real reason why they haven't slit my throat and seized my ship yet. I'd like to know more about you and your ship. I can understand your curiosity. You won't find another ship like Starcatcher III in the Abyss. Actually, captains like me are a rarity here as well, for obvious reasons. Tell me about your ship. Starcatcher III, as you can guess by her name, was not the first ship I have captained, but she is, without a doubt, the most technologically advanced, and she's been through the most amazing adventures. She's the most reliable and neat vessel you can find in the Midnight Isles. She and we've been through serious hardships more than once, but my ship has never failed me. Once, Starcatcher III even made a short raid to the Rift of Repose, the place where the souls of murdered demon lords slowly disintegrate, imprisoned inside crumbling stone sculptures. Plus, I should also note that Starcatcher III has a unique reputation in these parts. She has never participated in pirate raids, never transported smuggled goods or slaves, never passed by other vehicles in distress without providing help, and never been in service to any of the demon lords. I can't think of any other ship in the Midnight Isles that enjoys such a good and honest reputation. Valara utters the last words with pride, as if she were talking about a living creature instead of an airship. Like, how the fuck do you get work then? Who works on your ship? I handpick my crew personally and extremely meticulously. I try to recruit those who are not completely corrupted by the prevailing customs of this place. Let's put it that way. Even here, there's a chance, a rare one, but still a chance to meet a mortal with a good heart. Someone who, though poisoned by this malicious environment, is not yet beyond redemption. I do my best to help these people, and if I'm successful, I give them enough gold so they can relocate to some other plane. I send them on their way. I hope that this way, I'll be able to save at least some decent souls. Alas, in this case, failures come much more often than success. So to protect my good-hearted but corrupted crew from making irreversible mistakes, I have to rely on some spells. With a smile, Milara taps her finger against her temple. I call it disciplinary thought correction. Starcatcher III. So where there was a first and a second? The cheerful smile of the sorceress fades away. Starcatcher II crashed on the rocks of Alinthia. We were sailing over Mara Island when a mutiny broke out. It's an evil place where discord and hostility filled the air like a noxious miasma. Part of the crew tried to seize the ship, the others remained loyal to me, and a massacre ensued. Defending myself, I had to fight my friends till I was the last one standing, the last survivor. All by myself, I barely managed to guide my ship to Alinthia, but when I was bringing her into land, the rocks tore into her like a fishmonger gutting a fish. Starcatcher II was irreparably damaged. As for me, I escaped with a couple of bruises and a chipped tooth. The sorcerer squeezes out a bitter smile. As for Starcatcher I, it was because of her that I decided to settle in the Abyss. So, continue. The face of the sorceress becomes grim. Her words seem to come from somewhere cold and remote, as if from the grave. I was once a member of the Arcanamirium, the most prestigious magic academy in Absalom. Back then I was a captain too, and I delivered special cargo and passengers at my colleague's request. I'd been assigned to a risky and extremely important rescue mission on the plain of Abaddon. Or Abaddon. I can never remember which one. I had to rescue a group of Pathfinders who had gotten into hot water there. I literally ripped them out of the claws of the Gravedigger, the Herald of Xiphus, god of accidental and pointless deaths. Interesting. Grave Dragger, not Grave Digger. My bad. And that son of a bitch never forgave me for that show of disrespect. He put a curse on me. People around me started dying, both those I cared about and those I'd never even heard of. News of horrible, pointless, and tragic accidents that cut lives unnaturally short followed me wherever I went. Nothing happened to me. I managed to get out of trouble, any trouble, without a scratch, even when violence raged all around. I tried to get rid of my curse, but no one could lift it. Soon after that, Starcatcher I was wrecked in a terrible storm. Then I decided to go into voluntary exile and stay away from the plains where civility, mercy, and common sense are valued. Here in the Abyss, I can at least avoid mourning those whose lives are cut short due to my curses. My curse. Besides, the Abyss is insane and bloody enough even without me, so my cruel fate can add very little to this crazy whirlwind of aggression. That's pretty fucking interesting. At your disposal. I'm leaving now. Fair winds to you too. If you find yourself in need of an excellent airship and a skillful captain, just let me know. Is this how we make our way out of this place? Because that's gonna be fucking dope. Cool! Go outside. The flow of lava rushing through Lucianira to the ocean originates from somewhere at the very top of the city. You don't know about joining up with her? Her curse might get you all killed? That's fair, you know what? I kind of was just like, we'll be fine, but, you know, that could cause some serious issues. How many spells do I have left with, Okay, we've got a lot of dimension doors. Because I'm probably going to have to start dimension dooring around. Geocots? A group of dirty beggars in tattered clothes have gathered around a handsome young man with messy dark hair. The crowd is clearly hostile, but he doesn't seem to notice. He gives the beggars a charming smile, completely oblivious to the sharp shivs glinting in their hands. The young man has a gloved puppet on his hand, a dragon made of rags with buttons for eyes. He raises it up and begins to ventriloquize in a surprisingly deep voice. Hey, you lousy parasites! Who's in charge here? The young man lowers his puppet and beams cheerfully. He addresses the crowd normally in a warm, friendly voice. I would like to invite your leader to a romantic dinner with candles. I'll pay for everything, of course. I don't feel like this guy is typical. Like, I feel like he's more than he seems. Like, maybe one of those upper city folk. I'm gonna not interfere. No, I'm a good guy. Watch out, they might cut your throat. And I think they were very sweet peepers. Citizens. The beggars whisper among themselves. You manage to catch a few snippets of their conversation. He's crazy, leave him be. What if he bites you before the crowd disperses? The young man jots something down in his notebook.
Beautiful.
Interesting. Uh-oh. This place is creepy, isn't it? Even by the city standards. Urushiele casts her eyes over the devastated landscape of the slums. But you know, believe it or not, one of my few good memories of the Abyss is from this place. Will you tell me what happened? It was a bad day for me. I was hiding from some dangerous demons I owed money to. Or rather, now I come to realize that was just a low-grade street gang. Must have been eaten up by someone stronger since then. But back then, they were a real threat to me. Their thugs would have already made a hole in my side. And they were following my blood trail to finish what they started. I barely managed to find a quiet corner, some basement or shed. It was already occupied by this tiefling. I was ready to flee, but he smiled and told me I could sit beside him. Urushiele smiles. I was probably acting like some skittish animal. I sat as far away from him as I could, ready to stab him or make a run for it at a moment's notice. But he just gave me a healing potion, told me I could hide there as long as I needed. We started talking. He was a traveler from some other plane, not Golarion, though. He was also hiding, though I don't remember from who now. We remained in that hideout for several days. He shared his food with me, some kind of pancakes. Odd ones. Spicy. Hey, spicy pancakes! Hell yeah. Pancakes with a little bit of cayenne in them. I'd never tried anything like that before. I thought he expected something from me in return. Well, you can guess what I thought he wanted. But he didn't lay a single finger on me. Instead of saying goodbye, he said, "Don't thank me, just pass it on." Back then, I didn't get him at all. Only when I came to Dresden did I hear that phrase again and learned what it meant. What do you think the phrase means? It's like revenge, but turned around. A stranger does you a good turn and doesn't demand payment. In exchange, you find another stranger and do a good turn for free. It sounds odd. Demons wouldn't understand it. I barely understand it even now. But the main idea is to increase the good in the world, right? Yes. Did you pass it on? You know, now that I think of it, I didn't. I've helped many people since then, of course, but all of them were mortals back on Golarion. I've never helped anyone in Alushanira, which means I still owe him a debt. Did you ever meet him again? No, never. Why don't you repay the debt right here and now? Now? But Alushanira looks at the dirty streets and the even dirtier locals. You're right. Why not? Okay. Hey you, wait, hold on, don't run away. Just stay where you are. With a fast, determined pace, Urushiele approaches a dirty, scab-covered Abracondaloo. What you need? The demon's eyes dart around, seeking potential escape routes, but as soon as he realizes that no one is going to beat him up, he bares his teeth. You must, well... The succubus cringes under the little demon's glare and hastens to finish. You must need money. So here you go. Take it. The Abracondaloo snatches the pouch out of Urushiele's hands and weighs it in his crooked and deformed palm. Ah, so what I gotta do? Stab someone? Torch something? Okay. That was a little disjointed. You don't have to do anything. This is simply for you. No reason. Pass it on. The succubus says the last words to the Abracondaloo's back as he scurries off. That's it. He's gone. I'm not even sure there was any point in all that. I bet he didn't even understand a thing. gonna go with the first one, right? We're just gonna try to positively reinforce that. Whether or not this Abracondaloo ever gets anywhere, we want Arushale to be positively reinforced in the idea that she can do this, right? You needed a lot of time to understand too. That's right. The confused expression on the succubus's face gives way to a timid smile. I don't know if I have really changed anything by giving gold to that poor wretch, but you know, I feel better now. It's not because I repaid my debt to that traveler, it's just I did something for someone by myself. I didn't think, I just did it. Before, I only knew a world where everyone tried to devour each other. But now, when I know what it feels like to help others, I can think of another world. A world where everyone helps. And it's an amazing thought. Maybe that's what Elysium is like. That was a nice little exchange. Legit. Sturdy door, locked and covered with frightening carved pictures. Zara and Zorges? Alright, this is gonna be a fucking thing. You know what? Something that I actually want to do before I forget. We're gonna write some. Copy that recipe real quick. You know the recipe? Oh, okay. We're gonna write some spells. Type ascending order. It's been a while. Copy to spell book. Copy to spell book. Copy to spell book. Copy to spell book. Icy prison, yo. Mind blank, yo. Some of these are at Plague Storm, yo. That fucked us up. Plague Storm beat the shit out of us. Huge fire elemental, that's kind of cool. Alright, neat. I need to throw, you know, I am kind of sad that we haven't been using, Woljif, because I really like Woljif too, but, you know, it be what it be. But I should throw Woljif into the party and, like, learn as many spells as I can with him.
Let's see what we can do.
The Midnight Isles, the abyssal realm of Nocticula, to be found in Ishiar, the great ocean of the abyss. Okay, let's talk to Zara and Zorges. The sound of your footsteps startles the demon, and she gives you a baleful look. You have disturbed me, mortal. Why have you broken my solitude? On second thought, save your answers. Your reasons do not interest me. A boy of about 12 stands next to her. I think that's what the size of a 12-year-old? Dear Lord Jesus, how teeny tiny do you think 12-year-olds are? That's like a 5 or a 6-year-old, y'all. Maybe a 7-year-old. Boy of about 12 stands next to her. The boy examines his wrists, which are covered in strange round scars that look like they may have come from suction cups. His inflamed skin, burning eyes, and general appearance suggests that demon blood runs through his veins. He lifts his gaze and gives you a long, sad look. Who are you? I am Zara the Grim, mortal worm. The most skillful explorer... She's calling us a mortal worm. I am Zara the Grim Mortal Worm, the most skillful explorer of the dark depths of Ishiar. I learned from Master Willowdust himself, the trusted mage of Our Lady in Shadow. One day I will surpass my master's skill and take his place. Everyone knows this, including Willowdust himself. So next time you dare to address me, do so with respect if you'd like your head to remain on your shoulders. Then why are you in the lower slums? What are you doing? I am listening to the oceans and waiting for this worthless whelp to recover enough strength to plunge back into Ishiar's depths. What a shame that I cannot walk its paths myself. How ironic that the most coveted mysteries are revealed to the most pitiful of creatures, mortals. We keep having like audio glitches here, and I do not know what's up with it. It's kind of weird. Oh, this boy, you get in that box? In that box. Who's this boy? The demon gives an arrogant snort. Zorgus is my son, the best of my offspring. He is helpful and obedient, which is the only reason I condescend to take care of this wretched creature. What draws you to Ishiar? The unknowability of it. It's said everything is possible in the abyss, but we demons received only the most trivial and vulgar part of it. Flying islands, storms of living fire, awakening tombs, and songs that can steal the minds of those who sleep. The true wonders, the greatest paradoxes, and the mysteries that should not exist are hidden in these waters. They lie so deep that even Dagon's service... Dagon? I can never remember. Casey. Dagon or Dagon? Dagon, right? Dagon? Cthulhu? Dagon? Oh, I thought you were like witchy into it. How's the story? Interesting. Combat is good. Combat is very good. Personally, I like the combat a lot. It has the options between turn-based and real-time with pause. I really enjoyed the turn-based combat because it feels very tabletop D&D Pathfinder to me. And the story has been very nice, I think. Or not nice, it's actually very dark as the story goes, but it's been very well told. I'm actually pretty critical when it comes to writing and story progression and things like that. So when I say I think Wrath of the Righteous has a pretty damn good story, I feel like that actually like holds up. Because I'm normally pretty critical of stories, even good ones, you know, because I critique them with the concept of like what I think could be better. And Wrath of the Righteous does have parts that I think could be better, but for the most part, it's pretty nice. It's pretty good. Pretty good. They lie so deep that even Dagon's servants dare not descend into that darkness. It is the domain of Clipoths, where common sense is a lie and abstractions are more substantial and solid than matter. Address the boy. Are you alright, kid? The boy flinches as you speak to him. He looks at you with amazement, perhaps even fear. Then his eyes dart to the demon. Mother, may I speak to him? The demon's voice holds suspicion and anger. Don't speak to the boy. What do you want with him? Are you plotting to steal him away? Be warned, if you lay a finger on him, you will regret it. What are you doing to your son? Tell me the truth. The demon frowns haughtily. Do you truly think I will answer, you worm? I grow ever more inclined to destroy you as well. Mother tells me to dive deep, to places where moonlight never reaches. Down there The boy stops, his words drowned out by the demon's angry hissing. Sorry, Mother. I won't say any more. Ooh. And the hand of the inheritor speaks. You thought Dagon was one of the gods worshipped in ancient Syria? He's mentioned in 1 Samuel. Oh, right. Okay. I think it is both. Yeah, so you are correct. Dagon is far older than H.P. Lovecraft, but is also in H.P. Lovecraft. In the Cthulhu mythos, Dagon is a deity that presides over the deep ones. Little column A, I say little column A. It's mostly your column with a little bit of my column. Oh, fuck. Champion, how could we allow this child to remain in the hands of this cruel creature? Normally, I would say we have no right to deprive a child of their parents' love, but these creatures do not know love. What would you want for yourself, Zorgus? What would I want? In the depths, nobody knows this word, want. I wasn't taught it on the surface either. I know how to obey, dive, be quiet. But I don't know how to want. What can I want? Stop addressing my property, worm, or I'll pour the waters of Ishiar down your throat and let the ocean's tiny mollusks devour you from the inside and turn you into their shell. That doesn't sound pleasant. How could a mother be so cruel to their child? So what if he's my blood? That's not why I feed and protect him. Little Zorgus is valuable because his brothers and sisters died during my research. He is the only one who shows reliable, consistent results. She envies him. That's why she's so cruel to him. She wants to dive into those depths herself, but she cannot. Ember lowers her eyes sadly, paying no mind to the demon's indignant hiss. You can only experiment on others with their consent. It is unprofessional to use underage children for this. This demon has violated the unspoken scientist code and must be severely punished. Hell yeah, Ninio, let's go! Yeah, no, I kind of want to go chaotic with this. Taking a child away from a bad mother is not a crime, but rather a good deed. Be gone. Be gone! She was a lot of bluster, but when push came to shove, she did not want to fight us. The demon looks you over and the confidence in her eyes fades. She shrugs. You want to take the boy? I don't care. He's yours. I won't fight over a trifle like the life of some mortal spawn, especially since it's nearly exhausted its usefulness. Take him. Do what you want with him. Okay. And she's out. And what the fuck are we gonna do with a little partially demon kid who looks like he has 2 daggers and is gonna stab something? He's like a little Woljif to be. The boy you saved from his wicked mother gives you a look that is both sad and mature beyond his years. I sense a certain darkness within this youth, hiding deep inside. Yet he himself is not evil. His soul is pure and kind, as a child's soul should be. The boy is silent and focused, as if he too heard the voice of the hand, and he suddenly responds. Does this spirit speak the truth? Is there really darkness inside me? How can I carry evil in me yet not be evil? His gaze pierces you as if he wants to say something else but reconsiders at the last moment. Ember gives the boy a broad smile. It's all right to be different. I'm different too. The commander has lots of odd friends. You want to be friends? Zorgus shrugs slightly. I think so. I don't know how, but I'll try. What do I need to do? Nothing. We are now friends. You don't have to do anything to be friends. You just have to want to be friends. I don't know about that. Like, you can want to be friends with someone and not be friends with them. And you can be friends with someone and have to do things to keep that friendship. But the basis of your concept is correct, Ember. Can you see and hear the hand of the inheritor? Yes, he glows and he is not evil. I think I like him, but I feel there is an irreconcilable conflict between us. It is unfortunate. That's a big fucking word for you, kiddo. So this child can see and hear me. He is not evil, nor is he a sorcerer, a mage, or a wizard. He wields no spells that could reveal the unseen and carries no such spells cast by someone else. He just sees. Powers does this youth possess? I mean, you said it yourself. You were making yourself invisible to evil. Right? Who are you? My mother named me Zorgus. I am a creature of her making, and until recently I was her creature in every way. I had many brothers and sisters, but none survived her research, so I was the only one left. Now that my mother is gone, I don't know who I am. Am I Zorgus? But that name means nothing. It was whispered into my mother's ear by Ishiar. So who am I? Tell me about your mother. Her name is Zara the Grim. She used to be a pauper, a diver who collected what Ishiar had taken. The ocean has no floor, so she recovered whatever hadn't sunk too deep. But those bounties were as generous as Ishiar is harsh. No one knows the ocean as well as she did. She knows the safe passages, and she guides ships, swimming at half speed so they don't fall behind. Ooh. She is a child of Ishiar. She was created in it. Her first cry burst from her lips the moment she broke the surface. But many centuries have passed since her incarnation. She is dark, like Ishiar, cruel, like Ishiar, powerful and uncompromising, like Ishiar, fertile and merciless towards her children, like Ishiar. What experiments did Zara perform on you? I'm too young, and I don't know enough to judge them. We'd go to the shore, to Ishiar. She'd feed me potions, then force me to dive, deeper and deeper each time. By the time I was 8, I could dive so deep the water pressed on me from all sides, and my body no longer wanted to ascend. I had to stay there as long as I could. Then I'd come up, my nose bleeding, and sometimes my mouth and ears as well, even my eyes. The next day, Mother would make me drink a different potion, then send me down again. It was so dark down there, I could feel the touches of strange, dark things. Sometimes their vibrations reached me as if they were communicating with me. On those days, I vomited black slime. I tried to hear their voices, but I never had enough time. Mother would be furious, beat me, brew a new potion, then make me dive deeper, stay longer. The last time, I spent 7 hours in the water. There were so many vibrations they enveloped me. I then realized I am neither food nor an enemy, though I have the blood of the enemy in my veins. What does it mean? I don't understand. It was a little boring, so I imagined I was a giant octopus floating in the deep, waiting for prey. I'm afraid no one else will tell you more about me because you angered my mother, and she is vindictive. A remarkable discovery. A pity I cannot include it in my encyclopedia, as your mother obtained this knowledge in violation of professional ethics. I recommend that you visit any research institute in Absalom and demand lifelong compensation in exchange for this information. Send me a letter if you want me to vouch for you. What the fuck? Arushale's whisper is barely audible. Thank you for showing concern for this demon who is a stranger to you. Do not confuse sentimentality with compensation for damage caused by a professional colleague. All the same, thank you. So what are we going to do with you now? I'd rather not go home, and I have nowhere else to go. What do they do, those who have nowhere to go? I don't know. Maybe I should live in Ishiar. Champion, we have no right to leave him here by himself. He needs care, and fate has entrusted you with this child. I have faith that you will make the right choice. Yeah, well, okay, we're adopting a little demon boy. You will find refuge at my camp if you so choose. The boy nods solemnly. Thank you for not deciding for me, but granting me the right to choose. Others have not done this, and so I will accept your invitation. The little one is now safe in our care. Neither his cruel mother nor a remorseless kidnapper will cause him further harm. I'm glad we share a belief that children should not be victims of such evil. I am certain young Zorgus will be better off on Golarion. That motherfucker just teleported around. My goodness.
Here we go.
I finished here. Is there more? This war must end.
This war must end. Perhaps. Oh no, we didn't get Ivu.
I'm glad I was useful to you.
Yo! Finger Freezer! That's a fucking hell of a name for a weapon. Finger Freezer? It is a +5 mace, though. What the fuck? Okay. It's a +5 freezing, finesse-wielding mace. That's kind of cool, honestly. This +5 freezing light mace is emanating an aura that makes enemies in a 10-foot radius suffer a -2 penalty to attack and damage rolls with ranged weapons. Okay, that's less interesting. If it was just period, I was gonna be like, that's great. That is awesome. Fantastic. Right? It's still okay, but it's not as cool. Regardless, though, we don't use maces, so there's that. I mean, we could always make Socio like a mace wielder.
Not your eyes.
He uses a spear right now just kind of because, you know, I think spears are cool, and I don't think they get used enough in a lot of games, but... Black hole hologram. All right.
We'll
Okay.
make
Hold
things right.
hold up. Chill out. Crikey. Crikey.
Can't make the demons wait.
You're a good person. I like you.
Something over there.
Ooh.
The struggles never cease. I'm trusting you. I finished here. Is there more? I finished here. Is there more?
What the f... I'm confused as to why that even exists here. I'm like, was that just to like fuck with me? Because it definitely seems like it.
I will prove my worth.
Should I?
Yes?
My will is resolute.
Oh, I didn't get social. Can we teleport him in? The Bad Luck Tavern?
To pause.
Soot is restless.
Aye, aye,
I
aye.
wonder why.
Esmo, Axe, yes.
Trust in yourself.
Esmo, Axe, yes.
Fucking A. Back to the Bad Luck Tavern we go. Aye, aye, aye.
Beautiful.
Head outside and up the stairs, or up the stairs and outside, rather. Well, look at those guards. Look like they are not playing around. And this is where we would have come up if we just took the stairs. Interesting. Okay, okay, okay. We got stuff. We got options. But we ain't got time. So, that is going to be the end of this video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.